Apple just announced the iPhone 17 series, and your biggest question is if this is actually worth the upgrade. Well, you're about to find out if you just stick around for a bit. First things first, we're interested to know that all of the newest iPhones no longer carry the physical SIM slot, so you compulsorily have to use eSIMs on these phones. And if this is a deal breaker for you, you definitely have your answer already. And before I continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to always get the notifications of my videos. Apple just announced a new addition to the lineup, the iPhone Air. Measuring just 5.6mm in thickness, this is Apple's thinnest iPhone yet. And I personally call this one a powerhouse because it carries Apple's A19 Pro chip, the same exact chip in the iPhone 17 Pro at just one core short. Apple also claimed you have up to 27 hours of video playback and up to 50% charge in just 30 minutes, and if this is confirmed in real-life tests, it is actually a great one for the iPhone Air. One downside of the iPhone Air is the fact that it has just one single rear camera, but Apple has claimed it has a fusion camera, which means it has the power of two cameras in one. And for the front camera, you have Apple's new 18-megapixel center stage camera shooting at 4K 60 with Dolby Vision. And I'm not forgetting the 6.5-inch large screen with up to 120 Hz of refresh rate. And with a grade 5 titanium frame build, you have the thinnest iPhone, yet super strong. And now to the Pro versions, we now have a triple 48-megapixel fusion cameras, the main ultra-wide and telephoto. With Apple claiming it now offers better low-light imaging and up to 8 times optical zoom. And for filmmakers, Apple has introduced Gen Lock, which allows you to synchronize multiple iPhones, so you can now achieve the cinematic framing with just your phones. And for the displays, we now have a 6.3 and 6.9-inch screen, which now features ProMotion up to 120 Hz, always on, and up to 3000 nits of brightness. And it is protected by a ceramic shield too, which Apple claims is stronger than that of any smartphone. iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max now features Apple's A19 Pro chip with 6-core GPU, which Apple claims now does 40% more than the previous iPhone models. And for better and sustained performance, Apple has introduced its own design vapor chamber to cool it down. And this time, Apple has ditched titanium for its new aluminum unibody design, which it claims it is for better durability on the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. And Apple has claimed it now offers up to 33 hours of video playback on the iPhone 17 Pro and 39 hours of video playback on the iPhone 17 Pro Max and 50% charge in just 20 minutes. And all of these features, if confirmed after real-life tests, it is not just an upgrade for Apple, it is actually a statement. And now to the big question, should you buy it? Yes, no. If you're a regular person with regular day-to-day activities and nothing special, no. You don't need it, you're actually good with 15 Pro Max, 16 Pro Max and the likes. But if you're a filmmaker, I strongly suggest you buy this one because it now has a lot of features that support filmmaking, so this is a choice for you to make. If you're a regular day-to-day user or you're a filmmaker, then you can make that choice after this video. So would you be getting any of the iPhone 17 or the iPhone Air? Let me know in the comments.